All right, we had a busy 4 days of coverage at SEC Football Media Days in Tampa. Figured let's take a quick minute and hit some of the highlights. Well, we appreciate all the guests that stopped by our table at Radio Row and took time to visit with us. And among them was Roger Denny, who's the new Oklahoma athletic director, and made headlines when he talked about what that athletic department is looking to do as far as new revenue.
We've got a plan we're putting together, and ultimately, as we sit here today, I'll tell you explicitly, our goal is to find $50 million in new revenue. And so
recurring, perpetual?
Yeah, that's our challenge, and feel really good about the team that we've put together to get there.
They're trying to find $50 million in new revenue there in Norman, Oklahoma. Challenge every athletic department is facing. Well, Brooks Austin made his annual appearance. If you're not familiar, he's the film guy. I probably got more compliments on that segment than any other that we did with any media member this week from all of you giving great feedback, and I appreciate that. But Brooks has built a large YouTube following doing film breakdowns, and he had a lot to say about LSU's transfers, about Lane Kiffin's offense, and about quarterback Sam Leavitt.
I think Sam Leavitt's going to get an NFL GM fired, and it's not his fault, okay? It's not the GM's fault. What it's going to be is Lane Kiffin's going to make that guy look like a god. You know what I mean? Because that's what they do, man. They put up points.
You want to feel really optimistic about LSU's offense this year? Go back and listen to the interview we did earlier this week with Brooks Austin and check him out, the film guy, on YouTube. Another reason to feel really good is listening to Whit Weeks on Thursday. His usual energy, his big smile, but there was so much meat on the bone with Whit, the 15 minutes that he and I chopped it up, and I loved what he said, that sort of dismount about how he feels physically, because I asked him, after he gave us a 5-minute detailed explanation of the injury history with his ankle, I asked him when's the last time or when he actually felt 100%.
The beginning of May, I really started.
After spring.
Yeah. After spring. So I got it cleaned up in January. Went in there, did some stuff, kind of got some stuff cleaned up, cut out of there. And that's what I was recovering for this spring. Like I tell people, it's like I got a new ankle right now. Like I truly like, and like just even not even playing football, but just like in life.
Think about it. Whit Weeks told us that last year in fall camp when he was taking days off, it was because he was not 100%. That was in fall camp when you should be your freshest. He was not 100% from the ankle injury he suffered in the bowl game against Baylor. So at no point last year did you have 100% Whit Weeks. Think about the dynamic difference when you add TJ Daugherty, who led the SEC in tackles, to a 100% Whit Weeks. You may have the best linebacker tandem in college football. And on the other side, of course, Trey'Dez Green talked about his decision to give up basketball full time.
I'm not worrying about basketball anymore. I know what I could do in football. It's a lot of 6'7" guys in basketball on that court.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of 6'7" guys in football.
I think the way that I said it when Trey'Dez committed to LSU was, you're a 6'7" forward in basketball, you're just another guy. You're 6'7" tight end, you're a freak show. You're a matchup problem. Finally, Trey'Dez Green seems to have let that sink in. His body is right. Went through detail about his percentage body fat, how he's continuing to grow. And the other thing that's fascinating was hearing him talk about offensively and his knowledge and understanding of the offensive game and what defenses are trying to do. Remember, Trey'Dez really had one full season of high school football. So dude's only been playing football for like 4, maybe 5 years of his life. So you're just scratching the surface. From 13 catches to 33 catches a year ago, what could Trey'Dez Green do this year? He is going to be, in my opinion, the breakout star in the SEC, if not all of college football on the offensive side this season. Now, how can you not love Marty Smith? I told him on the interview, nobody in sports media is universally loved. Marty Smith is universally loved. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Marty Smith. And he's sitting there putting, what's the little nicotine pouch things that Zyn, is that what it's called?
Yeah, there you go.
Marty's sitting there popping Zyns in his mouth while we're doing the interview because of course he is. And he told us the story of the most famous interview anyone of us have ever seen when he's hunting down Lane Kiffin at the Oxford airport before he left for Baton Rouge.
I'm on the phone with him
driving this bread truck van. He's like, you're going to see the fire department. When you see the fire department, take a left. I don't see no damn fire department. I bang this left, and there are fire trucks and law enforcement just blocking the entrance. I bombed this thing off in the field, and honest to goodness, there's like a snow plow and a bush hog, and there's people flying around. We get out, and he's laughing. He's like, dude, you really are Scooby-Doo.
If you missed that conversation, I wish I had half an hour with Marty just to let him tell every detail of that story. And he said there's other things that will be in a book one day, but that's a really cool piece on the record of one of the most influential days in LSU football history. And we got Marty Smith to tell it on our air earlier this week, which is really cool. It's always our pleasure to have the commissioner of the SEC, Greg Sankey. I asked him his thoughts on and opinions of LSU System President Dr. Rousse, who in a little more than a week is going to make a presentation to LSU's biggest owners about the financial future of the athletic department.
Very engaging, very engaged in both university leadership and in the athletics leadership. He's quick to call and converse, which is something I appreciate. I think pretty transparent as we communicate. And even around sending a letter to the senators stating, hey, we're not in a position to support right now, we need some changes, was very communicative with me.
And a man who is persona non grata now. We were talking with the SEC coordinator of officials, John McDaid, about the changes to the targeting rule. And then he acknowledged he is responsible for the single worst call in the history of Tiger Stadium.
I was the official in the field that threw the roughing the passer with targeting against Devin White in 2018, right? That play was what led to removing that assumption that the ruling on the field is correct and asking the replay official to evaluate all aspects of targeting.
John effing McDaid. I'll never forget that, John. Every year at Media Days heretofore, John, I'm going to stick it to you and remind you that you're responsible for the single worst call in the history of Tiger Stadium. John, ice it down. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.